Okay, so let me start by saying I do not believe in ghosts. At all. I never have. That stuff's for horror movies and weird online accounts, and I am way too rational for that nonsense. So please, understand when I say that I was not prepared for what happened that night in Paris. My girlfriend Liz and I had been planning this trip forever. We saved, budgeted, booked the dodgiest little hotel imaginable, and were absolutely living our best tourist lives. We visited the Louvre, got lost in Montmartre, and ate croissants as if we were in some cheesy romantic comedy. Perfect. However, we also had to visit the Eiffel Tower, because you can't come to Paris and not see the world's biggest fancy radio antenna. Liz was buzzing. She's a romantic at heart. Me? I was just cold and wondering how much of a rip-off the champagne at the top would be. It was late, close to 9, and most of the tourists had cleared out. We got in the elevator and a man stepped in just before the doors closed. Now let me set the scene. He looked like he'd walked straight out of a historical drama. He had a dark, tailored suit, a crisp white shirt, a top hat, and an actual pocket watch. He looked like a Victorian banker, but something about him was just off, like mannequin off. I nudged Liz, whispering, "Tell me this guy isn't for real?" She shot me a bewildered look. What guy? Clearly unimpressed with my lack of romance by the city's twinkling lights. The elevator creaked as we ascended, and I swear the lights flickered, just a little. It was probably old wiring, but I still felt a bit creeped out. And then, right as we reached the top, I glanced at the guy again, and he was staring, right at me. Not at Liz, not at the view, me. I turned away fast. Nope, not dealing with it. We stepped onto the platform, Paris glittering below us. It should have been magical. Instead, I could only think about that weird dude in the elevator. I grabbed Liz's hand. "Did you see that guy?" She was already taking selfies, bless her. "What guy?" I gestured behind us. "Pocket Watch McGee. It looks like he escaped from a haunted museum." She barely glanced. "He's probably just a rich tourist." I wasn't convinced. No one under 80 carries a pocket watch. "Hipsters do," she said. This man was not a hipster, Liz. Hipsters don't have the energy to haunt people. Liz sighed, kissed my cheek, and went back to taking photos. And then he was there, right beside us, way too close. I jumped so hard I nearly fell over the railing. "Holy crap," Liz frowned. "Babe, what's wrong?" I grabbed her arm, whispering, "He is right there." She looked around. Who?" she asked, looking back at me. Then I looked again. I could have throttled her. "Are you joking? Him," I said, pointing. Liz stared at the space beside me as if I had fully lost my mind. "Tess, no one is there." My blood turned to ice. "I swear, he was still looking at me. His lips moved, barely a whisper over the wind. "You see me?" "Nope. Absolutely not." I grabbed Liz's hand and bolted for the elevator. We crashed into a woman near the railing, nearly knocking her over. She was young, a French tower worker, and remarkably calm, considering the drama I was making. "Whoa, slow down," she said, raising her hands to ward us off. I pointed wildly. "Did you see him?" Her face went very still. "Who?" I gulped. "Tall, old-fashioned suit, pocket watch. Looks like he wants to devour my soul." She exhaled. "You saw the vanishing man?" I nodded, heart racing. "Yes, finally someone else sees him." She tilted her head. "Number I never have. Very few people ever see him." My stomach plummeted. Liz squeezed my hand. "Okay, I don't like this. What's going on?" The French girl looked at me, a frown wrinkling her brow, touching my arm. He only appears to people who don't believe in him, she told me. My jaw dropped. What kind of messed up ghost rule is that? She shrugged. You don't believe, so he chooses you. I shook my head furiously. I refuse to be chosen. This is not the ring. A ghost in Paris is not cursing me. I want to drink overpriced wine and kiss my girlfriend in peace. The elevator dinged. I shoved Liz inside before she could argue. The doors closed and I nearly collapsed against the wall. Liz looked over at me, a smile twitching on her face. You, okay? Sure, yeah, love, I'm great, I panted. A ghostly time traveller weirdo shattered my entire belief system. Liz bit her lip, clearly trying not to laugh. Maybe he just liked your outfit. I groaned, rubbing my face. Not funny. The doors opened. Sweet, safe ground. I practically ran outside, pulling Liz with me. We're going straight to the hotel, locking the door, and never speaking of this again. Then I saw it, in a shop window across the street. A reflection. Him, standing behind me. I spun so fast I nearly fell over, but there was nothing. Just a quiet Paris back street. Then, tick, tick, tick. A soft rhythmic ticking, like a clock coming from right behind me. I stopped breathing. I grabbed Liz's arm. Babe, do you hear that sound? I couldn't move. I couldn't turn around. I couldn't even blink. What? She asked, looking all around us. Then an ice-cold breath brushed my ear. You see me. Everything went black. I woke up in our hotel room, drenched in sweat. Liz was next to me, blowing bubbles in her sleep. My phone screen lit up. 4:09 a.m. I let out a shaky breath. A nightmare. It had to be. Then my hand brushed against something on the nightstand. Cold, metallic. I picked it up, heart hammering. A pocket watch. The second hand moved, ticking softly. I turned it over and my breath caught in my throat. Engraved in the metal were 3 words. You see me.